Hi, thanks for stopping by. Okay, let's get right down to it. Panic attacks are brutal. They're agonizing, they're debilitating, and they can mess with your grip on reality. They're like a cousin to anxiety, only like a bigger, scarier cousin on steroids with an unwarranted vengeance. And it can cast an instant shadow across your whole mindset by smothering you with the feeling of impending doom, leaving you with the certainty, not a hunch, but a certainty that something is terribly wrong. I thought it would be helpful to talk about what they're like in case you've had one and didn't know it, or in case, God forbid, you have one in the future, you'll be able to identify it and do something about it. There's another reason why panic attacks are super relevant to you. The two leading causes of panic attacks are severe anxiety and persistent elevated levels of stress. So you've kind of got the risk factors on lock. Okay, let's look at the nature of the beast. Panic attacks begin all of a sudden without any warning. They can happen when you're stressed or when you're just chilling. You may feel a sense of impending doom, and what's really deceiving about panic attacks is that this sudden feeling of danger often feels a lot like the valid gut feelings we sometimes get and often trust. These aren't based in rationality or intuition. It's more of a fear that you're losing control over everything. Your thought process so suddenly becomes disorganized that you may even consider whether you're losing your freaking mind. And during a panic attack, you may legitimately feel as though you're about to die from something. There's a wide range of symptoms, and everyone experiences them differently. And so as you think about if you may have experienced a panic attack at some point, please consider the symptoms I'm about to mention and see if you identify with any of them. Okay, here we go. Hyperventilation, heart palpitations, feeling like you're not getting enough oxygen, chest pains, sweating, shaking, headache, chills, nausea, abdominal cramps, dizziness, numbness, and flashing visions or images, just to name some. These are very real physical symptoms and not imaginary. And an inability to make sense of them in the moment is extremely unsettling. It's a very vulnerable and volatile position to be thrust into unexpectedly. So, what to do when you know you're having a panic attack? And again, disclaimer, if you don't know if you're having an acute medical emergency, you must seek medical attention. Okay. Self-care for a panic attack really boils down to two things, which I'll tell you after I drink something. It's adorable. Okay, now I'm choking. So not worth it. Self-care for a panic attack boils down to two things. Taking control back and reestablishing your secure connection to the physical world around you. To regain control, you take a moment to pause, acknowledge, and accept that this is just temporary. Identify it by name in your mind, on your panic attack, and remind yourself that you have and will make it past this and regain control. Now, in the psych world, there's a convenient acronym, and you know I love me a good acronym, to help you think rationally during a panic attack. And it's FEAR, F-E-A-R. And that stands for false emotions appearing real. Now think about that for a moment. Just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. And until you pause and challenge your thoughts, you won't know if any one of them is irrational. It's important that you try your hardest to maintain awareness of what you're thinking, and don't give in to fearful or irrational thoughts. Don't allow yourself to get swept up in them. This is a time when there's a power struggle between your conscious and subconscious thought, and this is your chance to regain control. The empowering moment is when you stop letting your reality determined by whatever thoughts come to you, but instead deliberately choose your own thoughts and keep a positive and rational inner dialogue, one that's based on thoughts and not emotions. Next, and you probably saw this one coming, use relaxation breathing. Remember, belly breathing, not chest breathing. That's where you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, and then you hold it for 4 seconds, and then breathe out through your mouth for 4 seconds. And repeat this as much as you need to while focusing on letting go of tension. With your breathing stabilized, you can begin to evaluate your body and identify where you're holding your tension. Are you holding your shoulders up? That's a me thing. Is your neck tense? Are you clenching your hands into fists? Also a me thing. Are your eyebrows and forehead in a constant state of tension? That makes wrinkles. This mental body scan allows you to pinpoint and deliberately focus on areas that you can choose to relax as you work your way to a more peaceful state of mind. Now, even if your physical symptoms have greatly improved at this point, there's a decent chance that you still don't quite feel like yourself. Because once that kind of detached feeling comes over you, it takes a bit more effort for you to be able to feel secure in your physical connection to the physical world around you. And a great way to do that is what's called a grounding technique. Stay with me here. It basically plugs your senses back into the world. It recalibrates you and reality and lets your body once again trust your reliable senses, starting with the one that's easiest for us to believe: vision, what we see. And for the record, you don't have to wait for a full-blown panic attack to use this exercise to center yourself. It's a great technique to establish a calm and rational mind. And now, actually, you might have a better understanding of the expression "come to your senses." Okay, let's go over the grounding exercise. I know it may seem strange, and that's kind of how it goes when something's new to us, right? All right, look around you and identify 5 things in your immediate surroundings, one at a time. It doesn't matter what they are. It just matters that you see them, you choose them deliberately, and you let the item you're focusing on sync up with your knowledge that it's real and it's there. So this is a picture. I know it's a picture. I know it's on the wall, and I know it's right there. It's as simple as that. It just doesn't matter what you choose. You just gotta see it, choose it deliberately, see it, and let it connect that it is actually what you're seeing. Next, we want to connect with 4 things that you can feel by sensation. The feel of your shirt, the feel of the wind on your face, even how it feels to make small circles with your thumb and fingers. So, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, and now 3 things you can hear. Traffic, voices, your own breathing. You can start humming a song. Any 3 things that you're sure are making that sound. And then next, 2 things you can smell. Now, these are going to vary based on if you're indoors or out, working or home. At home, you have more privacy and access to a lot. A candle, some type of food, shampoo. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a good smell. You could smell your dog's feet or something. Outside, you may be able to identify car exhaust, autumn leaves. If you're on a detail or something, you probably aren't going to want to be seen like walking up to a tree or something and smelling it. But maybe you have hand lotion on. Maybe perfume/cologne on your wrist. It's only minimally odd to smell your wrist in public. And lastly, 1 thing you can taste. Do you have a drink with you? Gum or mint, perhaps? Or maybe it's a good time for a snack anyway. Huge fan of snacks, keep that blood sugar up. I realize that the method for grounding your senses may sound pretty freaking weird, but it works. And I promise you that going through these weird steps will be much easier to tolerate than a panic attack. And there is great value in being able to address the problem immediately, right where you are, and to do it yourself and get reconnected in a healthy and stable way to the world around you. And now that I'm thinking of it, as if I haven't acronymed you enough, the self-help techniques for panic attacks, like the steps, they end up being CPR, control, presence, and reconnection. I like it. Okay, just one more quick point I want to make about panic attacks before I go. If panic attacks are common for you, the first thing I want to be sure to say is it would be a great idea to see a doctor because some people benefit from fast-acting, as-needed medicine. But also, a great idea is to keep a journal of what time of day the panic attacks are occurring, where you were, what the conditions were, things like that. You may find that there are actually similarities between them all. And that's really valuable insight because you may actually find that you have specific triggers for your panic attacks. And that is often the key to being able to prevent them. If you have any questions about any of this, shoot me a text, 978-457-6424. Any day, anytime, I will be here. Be well.